In this video, we shall learn very interesting topic, punctuation. Punctuation marks play very important role in writing. When we write a passage, we need to use punctuation marks. So why do we use punctuation marks? Punctuation marks make it easy to read and understand a passage. Okay, so punctuation marks are used to make it easy to read and understand the passage. Therefore, we use punctuation marks. When we speak, when we have conversation, we cannot see them. But when we write, we can see them clearly. So therefore, when we write, we need to use punctuation marks so that we will be able to understand the passage clearly. Now let us see the uses of punctuation marks. The first one is full stop. So where do we use full stop? The full stop is added at the end of a sentence. It is also added after abbreviation for titles and degrees. For examples, today is the coldest day of the season. Here, this sentence ends and therefore we have used full stop. Let us see another example, B.Ed. So this is the abbreviation of Bachelor of Education, and hence we have used here full stop. Question mark. Where do we use question mark? A question mark is used at the end of a question. For examples, why are you staring at me? This sentence is question, and therefore we have used question mark at the end of the sentence at me. What is the time? This sentence is also a question, and so we have used question mark at the end of this sentence. Exclamation mark. An exclamation mark is used at the end of an exclamatory sentence or with an interjection expressing a sudden strong feeling. For example, bravo, very well played indeed. This sentence expresses a sudden strong feeling and therefore we have used exclamation mark at the end of this sentence indeed. Let us see one more example. An exclamation mark is used with words like what or how to express strong emotions. For example, how lovely to meet you. This sentence expresses strong emotion and therefore we have used exclamation mark at the end of the sentence. Thirdly, exclamation mark is used at the end of a funny or an ironic sentence or a sentence expressing coincidence. For example, she was at the coffee shop as well. This sentence is an ironic sentence and hence we have used exclamation mark at the end of it. Now let us see the use of comma. What is comma? A comma denotes a brief pause. It can be used to separate a series of words, phrases, or clauses in a sentence. For examples, we bought eggs, bread, baking powder, and skimmed milk for the pudding. This sentence has series of words like eggs, bread, baking powder, and skimmed milk, and therefore we have used here comma to separate the series of words. Let us see one more example. I have several friends who are adventurous, daring, and love traveling. So we have used comma in order to separate the clause. I have several friends who are adventurous. Okay? Comma is used to separate a noun used for addressing someone from the rest of the sentence. This also applies to words like yes, no, and oh. For examples, Rachel, put those books on the table. So here we have used comma to separate the noun Rachel. Let us see another example. Yes, I have placed the order for the new book. So here we have used comma for the word yes. All right. Thirdly, comma is used to separate expressions that are in apposition. For example, the Academy felicitated Steven Spielberg, the famous director. So here, the famous director is in opposition to the Steven Spielberg, and therefore we have used here comma. Fourthly, comma is used to separate question tags from the rest of the sentence. For example, he is too big for his boots, isn't he? So here, isn't he is the question tag, and comma is used for rest of the sentence. He is too big for his boots. Fifthly, comma is used to separate the actual words of the speaker from the rest of the sentence in direct speech. For example, my doctor said, you need to rest well. Here, you need to rest well is the actual words of the speaker, and to separate it from this, we have used comma, as my doctor said, comma. Sixthly, comma is used to separate one part of the date from the other. For example, May 7, 1961. So here we have used comma to separate one part of the date from 1961. Semicolon. Where do we use semicolon? Semicolon is used to separate independent clauses not joined by a conjunction. For example, Varun is a basketball player. He also plays the violin. So here Varun is a So here Varun is a basketball player. This sentence is independent clause, and therefore we have used semicolon without joining with a conjunction. Colon. Colon is used to introduce a list. For example, 3 things make us human: our compassion, our creativity, and our strength. So here we have used colon to introduce list as our compassion, our creativity, our strength. Okay? Now let us see another punctuation mark, that is dash. A dash is used in the following situation. Firstly, it is used in pairs to insert an explanation in the middle of a sentence. This extra information and the sentence would make complete sense without it. For example, the process dash as described by Archimedes dash involved the use of giant pulleys. So here we have used dash to insert an explanation in the middle of the sentence. Okay. Secondly, a dash is used to introduce a list. For example, everyone dash teaches, students and parents approved the new timings for extracurricular activities. So here we have used dash to introduce lists like teachers, students, and parents. Let us see the use of hyphen. Hyphen is used with compound words, numbers, and adjectives. For example, passer by. This sentence is compound, so this word is compound words, and so we have used hyphen. 33. This is number, and so we have used here hyphen. Secondly, hyphen is used to add a prefix to a word. For example, cooperative. Here, co is the prefix to operative. Postmodern. Here, post is prefix to the word modern. So in this video we have just discussed full stop, question mark, exclamation mark, comma, semicolon, colon, dash, and hyphen.